got a little give to them.
Big flex.
Yep.
Hey everybody, welcome to Seriously Lighthearted Yoga. Today, as Kai is playing around with, we're going to be talking about blocks, and we're going to kind of be starting a subsection here about props in general. These aren't things that we've necessarily talked about at length at all. At all. So we're just going to kind of give you some introductions. Maybe these are some props and things that you're going to see in a yoga class or something like that. And
you might be staunchly against props, in which case, well, get off the ground, start floating.
Yeah. But anyway, without further ado, what are we using blocks for?
Yeah, Clifton. So the blocks have kind of a few uses. There are, first of all, for starters, they can be made out of different materials. Most of the blocks that you see these days are made out of foam, but not everyone likes the foam because the foam has a little bit of give to it. There's some squeeze that you can give them. And when you throw your whole body weight on it, it's going to change the shape just a little bit. So this could potentially be a problem for someone who, say, is in a Iyengar class or something, trying to keep a very specific kind of setup conformation in their body. And those practitioners are probably going to want a wooden block, which isn't going to give it all. It's going to hurt a little more, but it's not going to give it all. So that's kind of the first thing about blocks. The second thing is they're kind of two different sizes. There's some that are a little wider and some that are a little skinnier. That isn't such a huge issue. Most instructors are going to be fine with whatever they have. Most students are not going to be needing that extra inch of width, so it doesn't really matter if you take a larger one or a smaller one. The variations are very subtle. There are lots and lots of different uses for blocks. They can be used as kind of support. They can be used to help you get deeper into a posture. They can be used to kind of help you learn your balance. They can also be used to kind of keep your body in a certain alignment that is maybe a little better for you. Like, say, if you're knock-kneed and doing chair pose, you might want to put a block in between your knees. But I'll just show you a couple of things here just to show you that, like, it really does have a few different uses. So, like, for example, if you are, say, doing what we call Paschimottanasana, forward folding here, and you just grabbing your toes is not hard, because for some people this really isn't hard. You can take a block, bring it out in front of you, and grab the end of that, and that gets you just a little bit deeper. I mean, that's one example of something that is useful in the blocks. Another thing, very different, because it's not trying to get you deeper, it's trying to support you, is that you can, say, when you're coming into bridge pose, just put a block right under your tailbone here, and then just kind of rest here for a while. Now this is very different because it's meant as a support, and it's meant to kind of make you do less work. So the block here is functioning as something that allows you to kind of get away with doing less. There are some other things if you say are working on forearm stand, for example, it's meant to hold you in a position. If you put your blocks between kind of this L shape and your thumbs here, it keeps your forearms parallel, which is what you're going for in forearm stand, and allows you to kind of not let your hands cave in, which, if you're doing forearm stand, sometimes is what you're going for. A lot of people, if you see them come up, they kind of bring their hands in. Their mat like crumples up under them, and they go really far in. The block helps you not do that. So it's the alignment side of things there. So those are kind of three different ideas, and there are like thousands and an infinite number of uses for the blocks. So don't be afraid to use them. They can help you with just about anything you're looking to do in your yoga, if you kind of have some idea of what it is and what it's there for. So
yeah, absolutely. They're not a crutch. They're not meant to make you feel like you're inhibited in any way. They're a tool.
Like I said, they can help you get deeper. So like if your body is keeping you at a point that you just can't get past, they can help you go further. Like that's not a crutch. That's the opposite.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tool, and just keep that in mind. So we'll be talking about more props over the next few days, but give somebody a high five. We'll see you guys all tomorrow.